Welcome to the Reggaecy, where we endeavor to preserve the legacy of reggae and dancehall music as it relates to the reggae and dancehall culture. My name is Randy. I'm a General Oliver up on the next side.
Yo, big up on yourself, everybody. Welcome again to the show. As usual, remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share with your friends if you like what go on. Big up and welcome again.
Seeing. Yeah. So moving forward, hot topic. That topic is very popular out there, whether it be socially or if you read it in some news articles coming out of Jamaica locally and stuff. Very hot topic. The person we're gonna talk about today is Skillibeng. And the question that I have to ask, I suppose I'm familiar with the question, but I'm just asking it out there for the masses, is, has Skillibeng peaked? And I'm asking that question not to be grimy or, disrespectful to the artist and work ethic, but I'm asking that question. I'm asking that question just to, see what you guys are thinking out there, the people out there, what they might think, because I've seen a little fun and stuff being poked at Skilly here and there from whether it be fans, socially or whatever. So a big question there on my mind, is he doing his best or, has he peaked? Oliver, take it away.
I think that's a fair question. And as you pointed out, it's been a question within social space. Different people. It's become, I don't want to say the butt of jokes, but people are saying that, we've seen a lot of comedians on social media make fun of his style, the way he does his thing. So it seems like, I don't know, at least the community in the Caribbean or Jamaica, they're taking stabs at him. I personally, I don't think he's peaked though. I think there's much more in the tank for Skilly. I think it might be a situation where he transcends the music genre of Jamaica. And it might be that the artists them there are people there are the consumers don't really fully relate to him. Because to me, I think he's more relatable to hip-hop artists. And I've said that before, that I believe Skilly has the potential to be the first artist to, from a dancehall background or reggae background, to totally assimilate within the hip-hop space.
Right.
I think they like the sound, they like his music, his cadence, they like the delivery. And the young people and the trap group who listen to that type of music in America, I think they can relate. Aesthetically, him look the part. I personally thought Skilly was a artist who was here and then went to Jamaica at first, when I first saw him. I also thought, not to be negative, but I was like, wait, that you tell it they're foreigner and get deeper or in down their work. What is it?
Right.
So I can say it's probably an issue where sometimes the biggest artists them at Jamaica are not big internationally, while the biggest ones internationally are not big there. So it could be that situation. Sometimes I do feel like the music him leave a lot on the table lately. I hope he doesn't get to the point where he's picking quantity over quality and just putting on recording, because sometimes it seems like he's just trying to be current, and the Coke record are just putting out something where current, So, yeah. And I think that's what people been making fun of him for.
Yeah, if I may interject a little bit, you're saying a lot with in this short space of time where you just talk about Skillibeng, right? And you say leaving a lot on the table. What would give you that feeling? Because before you even answer that question, for me, it feels like he is either peaked, right? Like that, this are the highest him can go, or him just not putting in the effort to formalize the songs as much as he used to or he did initially, right? So for you, what give you that idea or feeling that he's leaving a lot on the table?
Because I mean, I listened to a lot of his earlier stuff, and look, don't get me wrong. Right now, his biggest record is of a Crocodile Teeth, and that's a last 6 months or so. That's his biggest record. So some people might argue and say, "What do you mean he's when his biggest record is current a hit?" And I mean, it was just remixed by Nicki Minaj, Reggaecy Push. And I'm hearing sounds that maybe there's another remix involving Bobby Shmurda. I think that would be a good look for him. And really, I mean, Nicki has introduced him to her audience, but I find sometimes with a dancehall artist, sometimes the listeners just listen casually and they expect that it's just a hook and then you'll disappear. So if he comes with another single or something else, with a Bobby Shmurda, which would probably be Bobby Shmurda, maybe in first single episode since he's been released. It will be a good look. There's that Jamaican connection. So, and to be honest, them songs sound pretty similar to Hot Boy. Like, it gives you the same kind of vibe. Like, there's some street youth that enjoy themselves, have fun, make a record. I think for Skilly, though, look, I want to point out, he's the first, in my opinion, to do this. So he's going to make some mistakes. I just don't want him to pick, like I said before, quantity over quality. I don't want, when I say leave things on the table, look, Torpedo to me was a big record, well put together. He's had other records.
So, hold on.
Go ahead.
You go down, all right, you mentioned Torpedo, right? And that actually one of my favorite records from him, besides the first record that introduced me to him, which is Brick on Brick. So, just for the masses where maybe just had it introduced to Skillet, can you name some other notable records that you like? So I kind of get a peep into how you feel or what kind of, how deep you are of a maybe Skilly consumer, if not a Skilly fan.
So definitely Brick Pan Brick are the record will expose him to most people. So that's a record that introduced me to him. I love that record. I definitely love the Crocodile Teeth. Love Torpedo. $50 Bag is all right too. I actually like Not. Not is a big record. I like the Prodigy album. I actually like the album when put out. I mean, I don't think it's the best work, but there were a couple songs. John Sport on my record. Brand New Gun on my record. I like them tune. Now, the topic, some people might shun away from it. But for me, I mean, he's a young artist trying to figure out his way. And to me, I give him respect because it seems like at least he know who Skillibeng is to some degree. He's not trying to be something else. Another thing I do like that I see from him, the videos are not the same just like everybody else video in Jamaica.
Yeah.
His videos to me are a little different. Whoever his video director is, I actually like the video. Them give me a feel like they're hip-hop videos. And like I said, Skilly to me might be the first, and I'm saying it here. I still think he might be that artist that could cross over. I'm not saying he's going to get as big as a Rihanna. But Rihanna started out as a Caribbean with that single. Not clear from jump that she was not from America. But somehow she assimilated and became a big pop star. We've never had that. every artist that has blown up here for the most part, big, was a traditional artist. As big as Sean Paul got in pop, he was doing dancehall. There was no confusion with him a hip hop artist. They liked what he was doing. I wanted to work with him, but there was no confusion. There was no confusion with Shabba, right? There was no confusion with Capleton, Sprague, or even Bojo before them clip Bojo Wing, right?
Right.
I'm not going to go into that. The other closest person we can think is Popcorn, but I think film visa issues hold him back. And Movada was the next one. And we've spoken Movada a bunch of times. I don't know what it is, but to me, he left it on the table. So I'm hoping Skilly learn from that and do not leave it on the table like that. No disrespect to Movada. I don't know what happened anywhere because I don't like to say negative thing and be on the platform just to speak negative. I'm making my opinions. So I hope he doesn't make the opportunity pass him by.
So for me, I understand where you come from with that, because you know what them say, when you not have your old grandfather, your elders will tell you say, if you not have nothing good for say, don't say nothing at all, right? But for me, this is an artist in the public space, in the social space, in the media. And when you put yourself out there, you're open for criticism. Like you, many of the songs that you mentioned, I like them too. Now for Skilly early songs, them Brick One, Big Torpedo, 50 Bag, I like Nat. That's the one with I think when you name One Sparks, me like that flow, all them flow back and forth like interwoven.
And they might trick people on the record. That's unusual.
Yeah, that's not normally. Yeah, that not normally coming out of the reggae and dancehall space. But also like Mr. Universe, you know what I mean? It feels like Mr. Universe, it feels like him rhymes and be there at the right place. The one Torpedo, the first one when you mentioned, the reason why I like that is the interjection of his mother on that single, and basically she telling him that she's a greatness in him, a whole heap of greatness. Probably him not see it for himself, you know what I mean? But it's like she tell him, say, yo, them see your talent, them know you're powerful. But you have to be ready. I hope you're ready for it. So them things that are things that are playing on my mind as things where, we need to share with the younger people coming up as motivation, you know what I mean, to push them forward. Now, all of that being said, there are many good things that I like about Skilly. But at this point, I feel like a few things that I'm going to say is either him just not putting in the work, he has peaked like I mentioned, or he must fake it, right? Mm-hmm. There is something about his sound. People love his sound. I do too, right? But, I mean, I think in comparison to, for instance, there are more dancehall acts out there putting in work, right? And ask me why you name Intense. I don't know if you listen on an Intense song. Maybe you don't like him, but I don't know if you listen Intense.
Listen to him, but one of my
the youth name Iwater have some tune me like. We can probably share some of them songs so you understand why I make the comparison, right? Because as far as lyrically speaking, them youth they push lyrics, right? Mm-hmm. And I push lyrics where makes sense, right? Okay. Iwater, like me say, I push lyrics. One of them stablemates, Ritical, that a Skilly stablemate, to me, and me I go out on a limb here, but him sound so similar to Skillibeng, sometimes me I wonder if he used to write Skillibeng songs, right? And I've heard people say that before, but I'm saying it socially, right? So again, it's like dialing it back again, I'm wondering if Skilly are fake it or because I wait for the next song where they're on the level of, you might not reach a next level of brick on brick, but give me something with substance.
Mm-hmm.
You get me?
Mm-hmm.
I like Crocodile Teeth, and I actually like the original Crocodile Teeth more than the remixes.
Mm-hmm.
You get me? Something about him videos them to remind me, like, just like you said, like it's like a hip-hop video.
Mm-hmm.
Even how them interacting in the video, how them cut from scene to scene, is like a hip-hop video for me. So I like that. You dig? But I just feel like, dude, show with something, and that when show with, has us wanting more, we want to see more, and the time him just not stepping up. We need maybe a lot of pressure, but I just feel like he need to step it up a little bit more. Give us some more rhymes connecting some things with meanings. Tell us some stories, something, Oliver. I mean, if women I say feel wrong to you, why you tell me?
No, I get what you're saying. You're not the only one. A lot of people are saying the same thing. Sometimes the song them don't even rhyme. Sometimes the phrase them and sentence when drop in don't even make sense.
Right.
That's the truth. And then that's when I wonder, is it quantity over quality? Is it laziness? What's going on? However, it's a work theme. And however, but we still don't want him to just take that for granted, because that would lead to weakness in our artists when just go keep on put up because the people them are gravitate to it. I think some people are gonna be upset about this, but I think Vybz Kartel was in that space at one point where he felt like if him sneeze, the people them are gonna support it. And he was just making records that sometimes they never even really connect, or they were below his caliber. And he was making several songs a week, right?
Like quantity over quality, just making records just to make records.
Right. And maybe money is behind it. I don't know the reason. I just flooding the market. I don't know.
So again, I mentioned a few artists a while ago, right? There are more, but the reason why I compare them artists is because I feel like out of them artists, Skilly songs and them rhymes and metaphors make the least sense. Yet he seems to have that buzz and that vibe. Like, me I try to figure it out, like, why? Is it just his sound? What is it?
It's the sound. A big part of the sound and charisma. Them call it that je ne sais quoi, that it thing. Sometimes some people just have a it thing, like, you could probably have put DMX in any room, and at some point he would have outshined the rest of the artists there. Not saying he wasn't skilled, right? And I don't want to say Skilly is not skilled, but sometimes it's just the right time and the right person. And in my opinion, I think he's just the right person, the chosen person for whatever reason, because the people them here connect with him. That Crocodile Teeth is 20 million, the original. And the comments, I'm going at the comments, and a lot of Americans are making it obvious them love the record. And I think it's because in delivery, you see, Intense and High Water, them more typical dancer, them a chop up the word them, right?
Yeah.
Skill is slow it down. Even when you talk Jamaican dialect, it's a little bit easier to understand. Because the Crocodile Teeth slow. It's a slower record, a slower delivery. And because him do the ad-lib them, the ad-lib thing is a very hip-hop thing. So I think, like right now, like it or not, a lot of trap records at one point, every record they put skirt, but somehow the people them like it. So it's like people get used to Skilly with him. I'm
compare Skilly style to is almost like a Jamaican patois version of mumble rap. Like you can say any little foolishness and people just accept it as long as the beat are bang and you kind of feel a certain vibe. You know?
Yeah.
That's how it come off to me.
Like the Migos.
Like the Migos.
But I do agree with that because me actually today said to myself, he remind me of them. You know why? The Migos know how to make a hit record too as well. Just like Skilly. There's something he's doing that makes hit record. And a lot of times when you even listen to the Migos, you might say, boy, I'm gonna listen 10 songs. I'm gonna like 2. But the 2 slap with gone and Mark. Right? So like right now, and this is not a hip-hop show, but right now them have a record called Straightening.
Yeah.
And trust me, that record slaps, bro. That thing have a slap with 100 million inside on YouTube for that record. I think it's gotten like 12 million in like less than a week. That record, but you see, Quavo, when him ready for talk, him talk. Upon that record, you're like, wow, Quavo snap. That's how I feel about Skilly. Every now and then he will snap and you're like, yo, he must snap on the record here. And then he do some other thing that you're like, bro, what's going on here?
But it's too early for me. It's too early for him, not for him to be consistent. The consistency for me is lacking. And in order to build a career that sustains, you need to be consistent over a period of time. Part of the ridicule in the social space about Skilly is him lack of effort. You know what I mean? Basically, and him quick for jump on something, which I think a lot of other artists can learn from, but it still feels like a wasted opportunity to me. It feels like, yo, bro, I'm happy say you do this, but guess what? Why you never do it better, bro? You know, it's like I'm gonna show you a comparison, huh?
Yeah. No,
I'm gonna break down a simpler comparison. I'm gonna break it down to something that I used to do, right?
Okay.
So, unbeknownst to many people, I'm a photographer as well. I take pictures, right?
Right.
Portraits and headshots and all type of stuff. I'm more of a portrait photographer than anything else. And what I used to do is, rather than focus on getting my composition them right, I used to take a whole bunch of pictures, a whole heap of picture. When I check my memory card, yo.
Okay,
I shot through like 600 pictures, and then after that, with them time the work start, I try to figure out, okay, out of the 600, I have to reduce it and just choose the best one then. It feels like that's what Skilly is doing. Like just throwing things out there, whichever one catch. You see me? But for me, that is not a solid way. What I'm doing, I do it behind closed doors. People might not realize.
I see what you're saying.
But his thing is in the public space. And if you continue to put out maybe mediocre content, you're going to get branded for mediocre content. You see me?
Right. I get it.
So I have one question, another question. And this is just because I feel like maybe, he must slip because he can do better. From what you're saying, you're somewhat on the border because you feel like him can do better. In my mind, I question whether he can, yes or no. Right? So, just based off the conversation that we just had, I'm asking you, what can Skillibeng do to redeem himself right now or over the next few months to a year?
I'll go back to what I said before. You have to just pick quality over quantity. If him can focus on putting out quality records, he'll be fine. He drop a new record and he might use the same producer from the Crocodile Teeth, which is a youth from Sweden. I think him did do Summertime for Carter. That was his first big hit, Swedish show.
Okay.
Him did a new record with him, Got Me, I think. I feel like it could be better. The video is all right, different, which I like.
Okay.
Him have to focus on quality. I don't know if him team, I don't know nothing about his team, so I don't really do want to comment there. But if him can have a proper team around him, that will help. Maybe try to continue to build relationships. He's had some connections in the hip hop industry already. Try to keep building on those relationships. Do some features here or there. Don't put the pressure upon himself alone. Say him have to always be the one on a theme record to slap it with. Just do some features and strengthen himself mentally, spiritually, and physically for the ride. Because I feel like that's something that our artists that have gotten the opportunity have either lacked one or two or some of those. You have to learn how to assimilate in the culture. It makes no sense to come here and say you want to break into the pop or hip hop space or in that demographic, but you still want to remain a certain way and ignorant to certain things and don't do proper interviews. So you have to learn to get your interview skill up, right? Learn how to make contacts with people. And more than anything, keep your wits with you. Be spiritually strong because people now gonna say it, but I think there were even some artists that got caught up from the limelight. Too bright, too much things happening too quickly.
Right.
I don't want to knock when Terror Fabulous. But sometimes I wonder if that's what had him. Because you take a guy from the ghetto that had nothing and all of a sudden he's flying on jets and planes, meeting big execs and with money in his pocket. Huh?
It sounds like you're saying then maybe this corona thing is a gift and a curse. It's a curse outright. People feel like it's a curse on the earth, but it may be a gift because of this corona thing, maybe that has kind of hampered. For instance, we're talking about Skilly right now, his travel, right?
Mm-hmm.
And because of that, all of the pressure and confusion that probably would be going on in his life to produce, it's not currently happening because him all over the place and everybody now in his ears are confusing. So maybe it's a gift in that sense. It sounds like, I kind of can't agree with you upon that. But I think when he gets to actually travel, if you know, whether it be the immigration or government affords him that, I think that would be a good thing for opening up his mind still. You know, another thing, and this is to answer the same question I'm going to ask you. You mentioned something about management. I don't know about the management staff, just like you. I don't know if you have any management. I hope it's not the same management with everybody I use because...
excellent point.
If I the same management with everybody I use, they're going to do the same thing what they do for everyone else. And guess what? You're going to get the same result. So I'm hoping that you get proper management for navigate the international landscape. You know,
I agree.
If that don't happen, if I'm not selective about who manage him, right, or who him got to help, it might be a problem. It might end up Skilly being bossed, basically. And that is not something I want to say. I want the youth to do well enough, right? Mm-hmm. But again, like I said, me would I like, not all the time here in the ABC rhymes. Give us something where seems like you actually took some time to do. You know, like maybe it not necessarily have to be a masterpiece, even though that mood I want.
So you see a thing. If he goes that route, he might be the first dancehall artists to pick a management company that's already established here. I'm waiting for that. You see, those kind of moves, those are the power moves that are going to put you in places and opportunities. Right now, every artist usually stick to the same, like I said, management, a yard, or whoever. No disrespect to them, but sometimes a manager can take you, but it's only so far. I would like to see him really go all the way. And I think more artists have to try that. Them have to give up some of the Jamaica. You can't expect to blow up here and you live down at Jamaica. Or you want to stay down at Jamaica most of the time and show up sometime just for shows. You have to actually up here play the game. And I think that's the difference. Rihanna probably put her whole foot in the game, both feet in the pool. The difference is, of course, she had she had Rockefeller and Jay-Z behind her and Def Jam. So that was huge. But I still think if Skillibeng just listen and be humble, because I think that's part of the problem. Sometimes artists them get a little shine and them lose them humility.
Sure.
Because when you come up here, you're just a fish in a big pool with some big shark. So you have to know your position.
So we did comment on, he had an interview with Ebro from Art 97. And
yes,
even though that wasn't the greatest interview, for what it was, I felt like he handled himself well enough for that interview to float. So, and him seem humble enough to me as well. He not seem like a person where I'm big-headed and full of himself. All of that being said, getting some media training and all of these things where you point out, it's important. Yeah. So all of them things that we're going to show him growth. I'd seen it out there that he had gotten a good amount of subjects out of high school in Jamaica, passed a good amount of subjects. I'm waiting if that is actually the case. I'm not saying that it's not. For me to get some good, solid content, that means you're supposed to not necessarily have writers block. You should be able to give us, put in some time and say, yo, all right, before you get too busy, I have some serious music where I can expose to the world. Skilly, just give me one song now and shut me up and shut up the rest of the world, because it feels like the rest of the world I bet against Skilly, you know. Them can't wait for him bust and pop down, you know. As much as him have a whole lot of followers, I guess he wouldn't be who he is and where he is right now if he never have the naysayers and haters as well.
Definitely never have naysayers and haters.
But I'm not saying me one of the naysayers them. I want some more. I want some more
from him. Because the further him go, the further the culture go. That's just the truth.
Definitely. I don't have too much more to say about skilling up. I don't have too much more to ask as far as questions. But people, remember, the initial question that we ask is, has Skillibeng peaked? Him reach as far as him can go, or of much more. What are you expecting from him? I ask that question and you might think I'm down in the artist, but it's just a conversation starter because I want to understand what you all are feeling out there. I see on some of the comments again about his songs, people commenting good, and I also see the other side, people commenting bad. People taking it for a big joke. What are your feelings? That was me and Oliver share our feelings. If we don't feel like we left something on the table and we can share something as well, please do. I encourage you to, you know. This is the Reggaecy, where we endeavor to preserve and share the culture of reggae and dancehall by discussing important topics as it relates to the reggae and dancehall culture. So, I mean, yes, we're going to have these topics. And then until next time, people, don't forget though, to like, share, subscribe, dislike if you want. We just want to have that conversation. But much love and respect. Until next time, we're out.